All right, hello, I'm Blake Melton. I'm chair of Standing Boy Inc. And I've been meaning to do this for a while. I'm leaving town tomorrow, so it's going to be a little more haphazard than I prefer. But this map is now up on the website. We really redid things. That's why it took so long. But this is just going to be a quick explanation of what's going on right now. I'm so this is the runway in Swabbies, and this is the sort of inset of what's going to be the gravity zone, which is between on the other side of the runway from Swabbies down towards the lake. Um, what happened is that we went in on the gravity side to do Wildcat first, which is going to be the main line. There's a really big drop right here. And it's built and it got finished right before we got those 3+ inches of rain in a really short period of time. And the soil's not very good over there, unfortunately. Like, up here at Runway and going down Swabbies, it's awesome, but you don't really know till you dig the borrow pits. And so the soil's not great and it washed a little bit. So in the climb out is somewhat done, but it was just getting sloppy. And we had the machine showing up for the jump line. So right now, this is sitting pending completion of the black jump line. But what the idea with this zone is that they're going to be a bunch of short, hard, lines that sort of take advantage of all that rock. Wildcat is very bike parkish. It's big and wide. They're big berms. The rest of the lines are going to be a little bit more enduro-y and a little bit more natural. But we did not have anything like this big drop and then the rest of this. What we're going to do after we're done with the black jump line, which I'll get to in a second, is come back in with some clay in this the landing for the drop that's got railed with all the rain, and in some of the other places we're going to add some clay. And then as we do maintenance over time, we'll just continue to add some more clay. On the jumps, let's see if I can zoom in a touch more. So we got Swabbies in, and it's just, you can go ride parks and other places, but it's hard to know exactly what it's going to look like on the ground until you kind of do it in your own trail system. So we got Swabbies in. We've added some tables to the bug, but the bug's great, but there's just the average gradient and the concentration of tables still isn't really enough to help people progress quickly. So we had good elevation on this hillside. So a little bit has been shortened with these flattish S turns, which are, I think, really cool. It's something we didn't have, and we're always looking to find those things and create them. Flying shoes is going to be the green jump line. You can plan, but you have to take the speed the trail's giving you. But the idea is the last jump on flying shoes is going to be about the same-ish to the first jump on Swabbies. And then there's going to be a black jump line Sky Shark that is going to be just, if you're to the rider's left on Swabbies. And the idea is to make those as big as the speed will allow. And they're going to be steeper. They're going to be basically unrollable, but caseable. It's not going to be some catastrophic if you come up a little short, but they're going to be different than Swabbies, steeper, longer ramps. And it's going to join in down here. This may get a teeny bit different when we get there. Then once we've got Flying Shoes and Sky Shark, and we had kind of have the green and the black, then we're going to come back and revisit Swabbies. After those first two jumps, the little chicane kind of in that bermish, it kind of doesn't work as well as it could. And then you've really got too much speed for the next three jumps. If you're not braking and it's running fast and you're not absorbing the lips, you're going to come pretty close to landing to flat, if not land to flat. So we'll adjust Swabbies a little bit. And then at the end of all that, hopefully have green, blue, black, a very sort of linear progression for the jump lines. We're also we're gonna, because it's close to the trailhead, and so that the maintenance issues are different. We are doing some culverts in the gravity zone and on these jump lines, because the bottom of Swabbies, the jumps are fine, but what happens is the bottom gets wet, so it gets slow. So everybody just rolls over the lips of the jumps, which is terrible for the jumps. And so we can keep Swabbies open a lot more if we fix those couple of wet spots at the bottom. We're also going to look at this berm. The soils there is not great, but we can bring in better soil, but we're going to try to create some more speed. So we need kind of less speed up here and then more speed down here. So we'll be tweaking the speed and then just doing normal sort of jump maintenance on those. So it'll go Sky Shark, back over to Gravity Zone while Flying Shoes is being finished, and then sort of a revamping of Swabbies. The other thing that has been going on is Cyclone Gallop. The idea of Cyclone Gallop was to do a companion to Lickety Split, but basically make a blue gravity version of Primus, whereas Lickety Split has got some sort of chunky rock and can be a sort of a little enduro-y feeling. The idea of Cyclone Gallop was to create something that was just sort of pure flow trail. Now there's some rock in there, but it's not, it's pretty minor. There is a really good drop that we just couldn't pass up. And it's great. It's, I believe, in here. But it's really cool because it's got a steep transition, which is something that we really don't have on the property. But there's a very clear bypass to keep it blue. There's a black drop. It's really good. I rode it a bunch this morning. It's fun to try to no break it, but still pedal and ride it. It's really good. The top is open. The next weekish, we'll get through with the bottom, and then it'll be open. So that's what's going on. Depending on schedules and such, we may try to rework a different spot up at the top of Lickety Split, this very first entrance, to berm this corner and define these jumps that are right here a little bit better. And then Lickety Split just needs some work on some of the smaller jumps, just general touch-ups. And we will hopefully get to that at the end of this build. But that is what's going on. I hope that helps. Everybody has been fantastic about staying off the trails, especially with the rainy April we're having. It's really important, and given the nature of these trails with the dirt sculpting and the sort of flow jump, is we really need to stay off these until they're ready to open. And we always want to get them open, because I feel like if Wildcat could have gotten ridden a bunch for 2 or 3 weeks before we got that, 3 inches of rain in 2 hours or whatever it was, it wouldn't have washed out as much. Like, it needs wheels. That's what's going on. I will try to do some more of these that explain a little bit of the thought on Cattywampus and just the general trail system and what we were trying to achieve. I should also mention, had a great meeting with the city this past Wednesday afternoon. We are just in the process of getting the drawing. It's a rectangle, but the drawing we need to get the permit for this hiking trailhead. And then as soon as our contractor can get to it, we'll get that in and get the gate up in here. This chief hiking trail is roughed in. We're going to have a work day this coming Saturday, and we need a lot of hikers and runners to get out and help us. We've got one more sort of 8 days of the Southeastern Conservation crew to get this finished, at least to a point where we can use it, and then it may need some polishing, just like some sections of Kennard's does. And we'll work to sort of be better about building volunteers for those trail systems. But I hope this is helpful. Thank you.